Is your skin really dry or just dehydrated? A lot of people mix them up, but they are actually very different. And knowing which one you have can completely change how your skincare works. Today, I'll show you the difference, how to identify your skin needs, and the best products to fix it. So stay tuned. What is the key difference? How do I know if this my skin is dry skin or it's dehydrated skin? The first difference is that dry skin is a skin type. Just as we have normal skin, oily skin, combination skin, dry skin is a skin type. People are born with it, while dehydrated skin is a skin condition. So for dry skin, the person's skin lacks oil. But for dehydrated skin, what the person lacks is water. The skin lacks hydration, the skin lacks moisture. That is the key difference. Dry skin is a skin type. You do not do anything to make your skin dry. For dehydrated skin, there are certain things that someone can do that can make your skin dehydrated. Anything you do that affects your skin barrier, it can cause dehydrated skin. Exfoliating too often. Exfoliation should be done 2 to 3 times a week max. And then you see people using exfoliating acids every day. Some people even using morning and night. Salicylic acid based cleanser using it morning and night. So that is over exfoliation or excessively scrubbing the skin. I don't know why you should still be using scrubs on your face in 2025. But if you do, make sure that it is gentle one that is suitable for facial use. And the weather can cause dehydrated skin. Weathers that are too cold, too harsh. We're talking about winter, harmattan. Choose your own. Can cause dehydrated skin. Taking too much coffee, too much alcohol can actually dehydrate the skin. What are the key signs? How do I know that my case is dehydrated skin or dry skin? Now, for dry skin, the person might notice that if they take a shower without applying anything, unlike normal or oily skin, so with normal skin, if you take a shower without applying anything, eventually after some time, your skin will produce some oil. Someone with oily skin, the skin will produce plenty of oil. Someone with combination skin, the skin will produce oil in the T-zones. But for someone with dry skin, there might be little or no oil hours after taking a shower. Yes, there might be oil, but the oil production might not be significant. Meanwhile, someone can have dehydrated skin and still have oily skin, normal skin, combination skin. So that's why we say dehydration is a skin condition and not a skin type. Most of the time, though, people who have dehydrated skin, because their skin is trying to compensate for the lack of water, there might be extra oiliness. So you might notice, yes, my skin is feeling tight, but it is so oily. I am confused. This is not dry skin. That is dehydrated skin. Another sign of dry skin is that people with dry skin, of course, it is oil that helps to keep the skin smooth. Without oil, the skin feels rough, feels very flaky. Sometimes if they rub on it, there might be flakes. You know how dandruff flakes off? Their skin might actually flake off. Their skin feels tight all the time. Okay, now in very harsh weather, maybe in harmattan or in very cold weather, they might notice that their skin is cracking. And just as we said, there is little or no natural shine, except they apply something, their skin is just dull, flat. They just always have this dull appearance to their skin. Unlike dry skin, the tightness the hydrated skin experiences, this immediately after washing the face, their skin feels really tight. Of course, it also has that dull and tired look. And just as we said, it can be both oily and dry at the same time. It can be both oily. There might be plenty of oil, but the skin is very, very tight. Another sign of dehydrated skin is that, in fact, for both of them, actually, the fine lines are actually very obvious, but more in dehydrated skin. Now, if you have identified which one you have, the next question will be, what do I do about it? For people who have dry skin, they lack oil, so they need to put back oil. They need to put back things that will help oil to be produced properly. Dehydrated skin needs to put back moisture, needs things that will draw water into the skin. That is just a basic difference of products that is needed. Let me start with cleansers. People who have dry skin, they are not looking for foaming cleansers, because foaming cleansers, though not harsh, but it might be too harsh for them. So people with dry skin are looking for hydrating cleanser. You're looking for things that don't foam, are sulfate free. Nobody should be using cleansers with sulfates in this time and age. But people with dry skin need to run from sulfates as fast as possible, because sulfates are very, very drying to the skin. People with dry skin are looking for hydrating cleansers that even after you wash your face, a very typical low budget example is the simple, refreshing face wash. That face wash, even after you wash your face, it will be as if you did not wash, because of how moisturizing it is. Those are the kind of cleansers people with dry skin will be looking for: hydrating, rich, creamy cleansers. For their moisturizers, they are looking for rich, creamy moisturizers. People with dry skin, and I'm not expecting you to go and say you want lightweight moisturizer or emulsions or lotion, because lotions are actually lighter than creams. They're looking for really rich and creamy moisturizers. For example, the CeraVe moisturizing cream, Eucerin, Urea Repair. These are just examples. Now, for ingredients, people with dry skin, you should be looking for things that have ceramides, plant oils, squalane, fatty acids. You're looking for things that are oil-based. Yes, oily skin people run from oil-based products, but dry skin people need to embrace all the oils they can find. Rose hip oil, shea butter, and of course, people with dry skin will need to avoid any product that contains alcohol. Not all might be bad, but as much as possible, you try to avoid alcohol containing product. All these things are usually at the back of the products, just that we don't used to go and read it. Now, what does dehydrated skin need? Dehydrated skin needs hydration. You know what they call hydrating serums, hydrating toners? That is what dehydrated skin needs. And the kind of cleanser that is used might not really matter. Just use a gentle cleanser. Of course, someone with dehydrated skin will need a good moisturizer. But what matters is that step in between. What do you do after you cleanse and before you moisturize? Hydrating serums, hydrating toners. You're looking for things that also contain ceramides, hyaluronic acid, glycerin, panthenol, things that support barrier. Or those things are called humectants. They draw water from the environment into the skin. For example, there is this Hada Labo essence, which is a very good hydrating essence. There is the Isin Tree hyaluronic toner, very good. You're looking for products that contain something like ectoin. Ectoin is a very, very good hydrating ingredient. It is very important that you look at your ingredient list to see what is in them. Also, people with dehydrated skin, of course, we're talking about lack of moisture. It's not just from the outside, also from the inside. Everyone needs to drink water. But people with dehydrated skin will need to up their water intake, because what shows on the outside is what is coming from the inside. Avoid stress. I have to say this so that I'm not misunderstood. Everyone needs hydration. People with oily skin can still benefit from a hydrating essence or a hydrating toner, especially if their routine contains harsh actives. When I mean harsh actives, I mean actives that have the tendency to dry the skin. Example, retinoids. I have oily skin, but I recently introduced a retinoid into my routine, and the next day I woke up to my skin feeling really tight. I knew that I needed to up my hydration game. Okay. Everyone can benefit from a hydrating ingredient. Just make sure that you're getting the one that will not clog your pores if you're oily and acne prone. Okay, but people with dehydrated skin, they need that hydration more than anyone else. Has this content educated you? Let me know in the comment section. If you like content like this, educative content, informative content, eye-opening content, you would want to click the follow button. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification button so that you will be notified every time I post this kind of beautiful content. Thank you.